Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Marvel Legends Green Goblin from the Sinister 6 box set. Now before we get on to the review, let's just take a quick look at the box, what you get inside, and how he stacks up next to the rest of the set. And here is the collector's packaging for the Spider-Man vs. the Sinister 6 box set. Now, if you're watching the review because you like this particular figure, then obviously that's perfectly fine. You can find the individual figures for around about £10 to £30. The £20 mark is roughly where most of them are sold at, and then a little bit more if you can, for example, find a Green Goblin with his pumpkin bombs and so on. But they are out there, they are available, and if you want them in this kind of packaging, if you want all the Sinister Six and you want to display them like this, because the box is an extremely nice display, it really is. I would really love to have this on a shelf. I want to get the individual figures cheaply. I obviously don't care if they come with all the accessories or not because I have them in this set. But yeah, I really would like extra figures. But this set I got it for £50 from a Comic-Con. Awesome deal. Most of them go for about £300 or £400 on eBay, so I got an awesome deal there. But I would suggest to get the set because it just looks incredible, and for me at least it's like the holy grail of Marvel Legends to me, at least Spider-Man wise anyway. But yeah, a quick look at the box. Basically, as you can see, it really is worth it. Such awesome figures in an awesome display. You have all the names down the bottom. You got the comic book in the back, the artwork book. I would, however, really like it if Craven's base was down there where there's a gap, and then as you can see up here you've got Goblin's base, which is hidden underneath the glider. That really should be behind Goblin, because then he's got a couple of pumpkin bombs that are behind that, which are a really nice set of accessories, and he's also got his satchel as well, his bag. But you can't see them, so if you at the time were to go and buy this in a shop for a good price, you know, or now, whatever, you know, if you see it, you're not actually seeing all the accessories for Goblin, so you might not like it as much, so you might not buy it, you know. Whereas if they show them off in the package, you know, they've got enough space to, so they really should have done that. And then also Doc Ock, you can only see two of his arms. The other two of his arms are curled up on the other side of the base, but if you're just looking at the package, you know, you just can't see them, so how do you know that they're actually in there? And then on the back of the box, over on the left hand side, you see all the pages of artwork that are included in that poster book. And then on the right hand side you see all the bios for each individual character, and then on the bottom you got Spider-Man's bio, and then in the middle we have a little description of the set. Also included in the box is the Sinister 6 poster book. Now it does actually show you all of the images that are in the book on the back of the box, and on the back of this booklet it shows you Marvel Legends Series 6. I really want that Deadpool so badly, but you can see Juggernaut, Cable, Wolverine, Punisher, Phoenix, and if we come to the start, you can see the movie Spider-Man from the first film, which is pretty cool. 67 points of articulation, that's a hell of a lot. And then over here we get the artwork, so I'll just flick through these real quick because you don't want to sit here all day looking at this, because if you get it for yourself, then you can sit there and stare at it all you like. Really like some of these Venom ones and the Black Cat ones. It's nice big one, which is the same artwork as what's on the front. Let me get this one right here, and this, and then Black Cat. But yeah, I must say the Venom and the Black Cat are the best ones out of this. And then at the back it also shows off the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four box set. And now here's all of the Sinister 6 action figures put together, so you can see clearly just how great they look together, but also you can see the size comparisons. It's a really nice level of heights between all of them. It's not like they've gone for reuses of molds, so you get some that are the same height. Every single one of these guys is a different height. So yeah, they look really awesome together. You can get some great dynamic poses from them. And even like this, just pretty much all stood up straight. They look absolutely fantastic together. So whilst it looks awesome next to those guys, I don't actually have another Green Goblin to compare him to, so I'm just going to put his accessories to one side here, because I have an Ultimate Green Goblin, which is right here. So obviously this guy's crouched down a little bit here, but you can see that obviously even with him standing up, this guy is like 8 to 9 inches, and this guy is roughly about 6.5 to 7 inch figure. So one of the reasons that a lot of people actually don't like this figure is the eyes. Now, I personally really like the eyes on this figure, so I'm just going to bring it in close up just to give you a look at those eyes. So as you can see, it's got clear yellow plastic and you can see actual human eyes underneath, as opposed to a very comic book version look of actual like costume eyes. But this is actually from a book, and I've got it right here. It's from Marvel's. I have it as the Ultimate Graphic Novel Collection. That's the book right there. Alex Ross is the artist, and there it is. So we're just going to get a bit of focus up in here. As you can see, you can actually see his eyes there, and this is when in this book, it's essentially Marvel's. It follows this character right here, the guy with the patch. It's just sort of following everyday life back in the 30s and 40s when Marvels started to appear, so all these heroes and villains started to appear. And as you can see, this little part of it, it shows everything, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Name of the Submariner, Spider-Man. It shows a load of people, but as you can see, it has some very good, awesome artwork here of a very classic looking Green Goblin, and there's the death of Gwen Stacy. Really awesome. And then you see Spider-Man fighting Green Goblin right here. Really epic, and personally, I think that this is actually better than the other Marvel Legends version. Now, I don't know if it was Onslaught series or not. I think it was, and I'm not exactly certain on the number of series that it was, but there was a Green Goblin figure in Marvel Legends about the sort of same time as this, and I don't know, glider wise that was much better. So I'm just going to go over the accessories right now. As you can see, the glider, the front on this is slightly slanted. I don't know if it is supposed to be able to turn, because mine won't turn. I don't want to keep trying and break it. Yeah, so mine's stuck slightly to one side, but as you can see, if I put it like that side, for example, it looks like he's leaning over too much to one side, but if I put it on that side, he's resting pretty much straight up. So that looks very good for a display. However, the glider that came in the other Green Goblin pack was the more sort of rounded version, which meant that it could stand on its 2 points. And it may have actually come with a stand, I'm not sure, but I think it could actually just stand on its 2 points, meaning that that glider was much more practical, and I actually do very much prefer that glider to a very straight version. But as you can see, he fits in and out of the glider extremely well, and there goes the pumpkin bomb. But yeah, it's just got the two hooks. The back isn't painted or anything. It looks a lot like the engine on the '89 Batmobile. But it's very simple. Paint up, it does have some silver dry brushing and the red eyes, which is something that the other glider does not have. It's just got a plain face, so that's one thing that this trumps it at. He also comes with 2 pumpkin bombs, as you can see right here and here. They're the same mold, they're on fire. Now you see the same pumpkin bomb in that Marvel book. It is accurate to it, except for the fact that it's got the fire on it, so that's a very much, more unrealistic comic book version. Now, as you saw there, it does fit in the hand well. The only downside is, you're fitting it in the hand, but it's got the fire on, so obviously it would set on fire after he's thrown it, or he would hold it like this or something, so the fire's going up, except the face is down. You want the face out. So it's kind of annoying in the way that even though he can hold it well, as you can see, he's holding fire, so you know it looks great, but from the practicality side of things, it's not obviously all too great. But yeah, just going over the comparisons with that other Green Goblin. The other Goblin has a pumpkin bomb that's more of a metallic kind of looking thing. It's stuck in this hand. I don't think you can remove it, and it's not on fire or anything. But obviously you get two here, and you can remove it if you want to. Also, I think that the inclusion of the satchel is a massive improvement, because a lot of people don't like the satchel, or man bag, but if you don't like it, all you have to do is take it off. Now, it's a pliable plastic here, and as you can see, if you put it on the right way around, a lot of people put it on the other way around and it looks ridiculous, but if you put it on this way, it sort of sits behind his leg slightly, so it doesn't get in the way of any leg articulation. And also, the way that it's shaped, it actually curves into his back, so it fits to his body really very well. So I'll just take it off here so I can show you some close-up detail of it. And there it is. Very, very nice sort of dark wash on there, which is very, very nice. The other Green Goblin did have a satchel, I believe, but it was not as dark as this. So this is this suits this body mold much better, because the other Green Goblin has, as you can see, this is like a kind of slightly metallic sort of green with a lot of the black wash and whatnot in there. That one was a much brighter purple and slightly brighter green, a lot more like the actual face, because this isn't metallic coloured, but just that all over. So yeah, if you want not as dark of a kind of Green Goblin, if you don't want one that's as much like this, or most other comic versions of it do have proper eyes on the costume, meaning that this is a very artist-specific one. It's to one artist in that Marvel's book. But I really do like the design. Now, this body mold is actually from a Hobgoblin, and that is the reason for this little peg here, I think, because that Hobgoblin had a cloak that also covered the head. Obviously, this is a completely different head mold to that, but everything else on here is the same as the Hobgoblin, I think. So you got really, really nice sort of reptilian sort of goblin-like skin there, really awesome. The gloves, they've got all scars and cuts, that they're all ruffled and everything. Same down here at the boots. These hooks obviously help him stand on the glider extremely well. Really, really nice gold paint on the belt buckle here. That is actually molded onto the waist piece, and not on the torso. And then a look at the hat over here. Looks pretty nice. The hat on the other one is a much longer one, and comes out more to the side. So it's a matter of preference, really. But the two Goblin figures, they are alike in very many ways. But one major way that this separates itself from that also is the fact that it's more of a sleek figure. He's got slightly thinner legs and arms and body as a whole. He's a slightly more lanky and sleek version, which is very much what we usually see him as. So I think this is the best version of Green Goblin out there. But articulation real quick, we have an up, down, left and right at the head. It's just that mine is quite stiff. And then the neck actually rotates as well, so you can get some pretty good articulation there. It doesn't look down too much, but looks up very well. At the shoulders here, as you can see, they come right the way out here, so loads of articulation there. It doesn't obviously look too great, but you've got all that articulation. Shoulders go up and down, full 360, swivels at the biceps, single jointed elbow, moves at the wrist, nothing in the hand or anything, moves at the waist left and right, and also you get some ab crunch in there too, and some side to side. At the legs down here, forward and back at the hip, not too much back, comes out to do a full splits. You don't normally see him do that much of a split. He has a cut at the thigh, which is quite stiff, but there we go, just freed it up. We have a single jointed knee that moves slightly more than 90 degrees. turns at the boot, and also has foot articulation but no toe articulation, obviously because of being able to stand on the glider. So do I recommend this thing? 100% I do. I think that this is the best version of Green Goblin, as I've said. Stacks up really nice next to the other guys. Comes with a really awesome base. They all come with a base. I would say it's not as good as other bases in the set, but it's definitely something not to be sniffed at because, come on, if a figure comes with a base, it's a bonus. But the fact that he also comes with a glider, you get the satchel, which is really awesome, and the 2 pumpkin bombs. It's the best figure in the set, I believe. It comes with the most stuff. It's got the most amount of detail in the way of blackwash and just so much little intricate molded parts. I think this is a definite must-have, and it's definitely why I really wanted this set. But remember, if you want to see all the other figures in this box set, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and you'll be able to see all the others, and I'll put links in the description as well, as and when the videos go up, to links to those videos. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I definitely think that you should get this thing. It's so awesome. I've said it so many times, but I absolutely adore this figure. I'm going to have to end it here because I could go on for hours talking about this thing. It's just so cool. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.